So, I mean, South Africa made a decent-ish start, you could say. I'd say, in fact, India made a better start because they got rid of Quinton de Kock early. They got Janeman Malan, the other opener, also got rid of pretty early. However, there was at one point a bit of a rebuild job done, a good rebuild job done. So you had Reza Hendricks put in a decent knock. You had in Markram got a half century. In fact, so
Hendricks and Markram, the standout performers.
Beyond that, even the lower order didn't really contribute probably enough to the cause.
Yeah, David Miller, they're getting 35 of 34, but I think they got less than 60 in the last 60 balls, so which is an economy of close to 5, which is where I think they faltered. I think the kind of base they had, you're looking at 300. I felt like 300 is what they could have got. They couldn't reach 300, and I think good bowling by India. But I think the biggest contributor there for South Africa not being able to kick that innings was, one, the pitch looks a bit tired. Secondly, the ball was a color of the sand, became really old. Though the Indian bowlers did well mixing it up, but I think in the situation that it was very tough to clear the boundaries or go for the big hits. So maybe that's why they couldn't get a lot of runs. Our predictions
all went down the drain.
Yeah, I had gone with 300, so I'm closest.
You said
Rahul Rawat had said 350. What were you hoping for?
I was hoping for a good match. But they were actually on course. I think they were around 204 or 205 after 36 overs. And there you would at least expect them to score somewhere in the vicinity of, say, about 330 for 35. But as you said, the Indian bowlers...
12 overs, 120 runs in a one-day game.
And they were just 3 down or 2 down, by the way. And
you still had the likes of Miller in the heart. So
Klaasen was batting at that time, and Markram was batting with him. Markram, I think Indian bowlers actually mixed it well. Mixed it well, and
good bowling.
When Klaasen got out, who came out to bat? Miller. And Shikhar immediately got Washington Sundar back, and he was rewarded with that wicket, although it was a right-hander. But still, I think that actually may have disrupted the momentum for the South Africans when they lost those 2 wickets, first Klaasen and then
first Klaasen and
then Markram. Both for the same score, if I'm not wrong, 215 and 215. So that is where I think they lost the momentum. But I think Indian bowlers, they mixed it well, the variations.
So let's talk about what Indian bowlers did, because we're keeping an eye out on all these bowlers going forward. And I know I was seeing a few comments about Siraj, many people pointing out. I saw one saying Siraj for World Cup. Somebody saying that you must have Naz on Siraj. But I'll tell you one thing, he's the standout bowler today. But I'm saying let's not get ahead of ourselves and start comparing the T20 figures of bowlers with this. Firstly, it's an ODI game where economy of 6 and all is pretty good. So batsmen don't continue to whack you at 8, 9 economy. So that is one thing. Secondly, death bowling is a bit easier here. As I said, the ball was very, very old, very tough for you to hit. In 2020 cricket, hard ball, you're bowling the 20th over, hardly any wickets have fallen, completely different scenario. So suddenly you will see every bowler do well, and if a fast bowler does well, like Shardul did well last game, Siraj has done well today, we will say, oh, these are the best option, let's go with this, these are the backup guys, let's go with them. No, do not compare ODI performances with T20 performances, please, because it is quite possible the same Siraj or same Shardul, if bowling in a T20 match and if bowling in the 19th over with a hard ball and with a mindset of a batsman of a T20 game, they can also concede 20-25.
To be fair, both of them were bowling in the death for their IPL franchises, and both were getting tonked. Siraj for RCB and Shardul for Delhi Capitals were leaking runs. It's why they've not been in the scheme of things for T20.
Exactly my point. So I think sometimes we get excited, white ball cricket, and the form is good.
But fair due credit, he's been very impressive in ODIs, Siraj.
Who?
Siraj. In recent times, whatever ODIs he's played, he's really, really, pretty much cementing himself as being one of those standout bowlers, let's say.
Starting with West Indies is where he came back into form. That West Indies series, the ODIs he did well. Now, again, ODIs is doing well. But do not compare the economy rate of ODI with T20 cricket.
Correct.
Big difference.
Exactly.
Pranav Shukla is saying this is a very good score and this pitch is very slow and would be difficult for the batsman. Very good point, Pranav. What do you make of the score overall? I think it's a competitive total.
I mean, if the pitch plays the way it did, and you could see that the cutters were very effective, I think India will have to take the match deep. They'll have to be patient with their batting. Doesn't look like a bang bang type wicket, not at all.
I think the best place for India to, if they want to chase this, the initial overs are going to be important when the ball is new.
New and hard, correct?
But the ball is new, but the bowlers are Nokia and Rabada. So, not easy. But they have the advantage of having seen what happened.
Correct.
So the best chance for India to win from here is attack the new ball, get a good start going, because later it's going to get tough. And don't expect to score 8 plus towards the end. Won't happen.
I think India will also have to see, because the forecast was for rain. So India may also have to keep an eye on their run rate.
Correct.
And not lose too many wickets also, because just in case if it does rain, it could be a little tricky for India, because remember, India has already lost that first game, and if they actually lose this one, it will be over. The series will be over for them. So that's what even Karan is saying. Chase may not be easy with one batsman short. Washington coming after a long time, and Shahbaz making his debut. So there's a bit of inexperience also. Yes.
Yeah. I think this is a good total. What did you make of the bowlers? Washington Sundar back today bowling after an injury.
Yeah, he didn't look like he was missing much of a step, to be told. Looked good. He got
I think he's leaked a lot of runs looking at the situation. Economy of 6.7 in an ODI where it was tough to get runs.
But I completely agree. But you also
he didn't look that menacing also.
No, that's fine. But I think he didn't get too much of purchase, as in didn't turn the ball too much.
Exactly.
And also,
no, he was never a big turner of the ball.
Absolutely.
But there was no variation, nothing to really
and he also bowled in the power play. You can actually give him that extra cushion.
But does he give you confidence that, assuming, let's say, if you were to look at him at a T20 game, I think with less variation, as we saw today, and the ball also not turning, he's never been a big turner. I don't know. He could be easy pickings for the batsman. No, this version of Washington.
No, that's fine, but that has been his USP. He's not a big turner of the ball, as you said. He is somebody who can actually bowl wicket to wicket. His USP is he can bowl wicket to wicket. Tight lines, tight lengths, hat trick. No. Okay. Okay. What an over. Anyways, so Washington, and this is still just one game for Washington Sundar. He will take time. I don't know. If you have to pick Washington Sundar, you'll have to pick him for the T20s. ODIs. In a case like this where you wanted a sixth bowling option and a player who can actually bat, and that too a left-hander, Washington Sundar is a fairly decent option.
It's his first game back in a while also. A bit of rest is expected.
Although he did play there, no? In the culture, he injured his.
He injured there again.
He injured
in
there.
England.
Yeah.
He played a bit, then got injured. That's why he missed the Zimbabwe series.
Yeah. No, fair point that it's his first game after injury, so not judging him. But I'm saying at the moment there was nothing on display that like for example Kuldeep last game, you're like, wow. What he's doing, he can trouble a lot of batsmen. There's no oomph or wow factor with Washington Sundar at the moment. Since people are pointing out that this game may not be over, it might rain. Rain is expected in Ranchi, but it's been raining non-stop here in Delhi NCR. So
what
keeping
do you
eat
in a rainy season?
Chai, pakoda, and samosas. So we don't have chai pakoda, but
I had some before, so.
But a good
chai,
friend.
Chai.
Pakoda.
Unfortunately.
Chai to everyone had.
But a good friend,
Saransh has been very kind.
Are we sure you want to eat on camera? Was that such a good idea?
I'm ready to give up on.
Oh yes.
$500 for this.
Even I am.
Fine, okay.
See, it's your risk. You're taking a risk.
No problem.
Saransh, no need for all this formality,
I
yaar.
just passes the brown bag.
Arey, wow. Actually.
These guys, that's their USP, no? It's like when they say garma garam samosa, it's quite literally that. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Crisp.
Wow.
It is actually garam.
Nice and hot. Sorry, we are eating because we're hungry. That's
The
nice.
weather is like this.
Yeah. Oh, you guys also might be having a chai.
Exactly.
Pakoda.
Most of them will be at home, enjoying.
Yeah. By the way, England have won by 8 runs.
Wow. This is T20 cricket. Back
Yes.
when T20 cricket.
Yeah. Although, if you have seen this game, it's in Perth. So you get an idea that all the cricket that you will see in Australia,
It's gonna
those
be
Australian pitches, and you keep saying, no, they'll all be batting ticket.
bouncy, this, that. No. You get good batting.
You
Right?
will have batting pitches.
But this wicket, the bounce was pretty good. And at times
yeah.
what happens is when you see this, these kind of hard surfaces, you at times you get carried away also. It's bouncy, so you want to actually exploit that bounce. But this is true bounce, as in the ball will come onto the bat nicely.
Well, batsmen also like good
High
bounce.
scoring match. Both the teams crossing that 200 run mark.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, batsmen also enjoy this
Yeah.
Look at
bounce.
Mark Wood's figures though. My
Yeah.
God, 3 for 34. Madness. This guy in form. Suddenly England look Mark Wood.
Yeah.
Suddenly England look like they're.
Rahul is not very sure whether Indian batsmen will be able to play.
No, I think extra bit of pace may trouble any team.
But India will only play semis if earliest.
Good preparation for both the teams, huh?
Actually, huh?
Also, big boundaries you say in Australia. For ICC tournament, they bring the rope in. Boundaries aren't that big, by the way. So,
Even the ICC wants to see the sixes.
we are typical T20 tournament, big scoring matches, not very big
But these
boundaries.
are still very big boundaries, despite the fact
That the ropes.
the fielders. I saw rarely. I noticed that there was not too many fielders right at the boundary. They were a couple of steps inside the boundary. Here
But
also.
did you see the rope where they were?
Yes. Still, that is why I think teams
Put the India one now.
with big hitters,
Yeah.
you need those power hitters now, especially in this format.
That is true.
Like you have, say, Hardik Pandya, Surya is somebody I think who
Smart hitter.
exactly. He's a street smart cricketer. He can use that pace.
Which is why he'd be perfect in these sort of
Yes,
conditions.
and
You know who can hit big sixes? KL Rahul. If he
with
goes
his
for-
timing.
Yeah.
Like his sixes travel far.
Yeah, he won't pound the ball. He'll time it such a nice way that it just goes
But
flying.
big sixes.
279 now.
Shardul Thakur, by the way, see, this is what I was talking about, getting excited watching one day cricket. Oh, see, today Shardul, a
Today
bit
he went for runs.
expensive. Yeah, he was expensive.
And that's his tendency, really. I think he does have this tendency of going for runs. He has very good option with the bat, handy lower down the order. But his bowling at times, he'll get you wickets. And today, unfortunately, I don't think he got a wicket. Did he?
No,
I don't think he did.
I don't. That is the reason why he was very upset today.
Towards
went
the
for-
his final over. Yeah.
Let's take a few questions, please, Anurag.
I'd like to see how many people are asking us about the samosas.
Akash Bhadwa is saying, seeing Mahmood Umrah is not a bad choice.
Hey, yeah, Mark Wood and Umran are chalk and cheese. I mean, come on. Mark Wood's a proven entity. He's been doing it for years.
No, but I understand the point that
You need an
a
express
quick,
pitcher.
Yeah.
out and out fast bowler in Australia, not a bad option, as Akash is pointing out.
And when you get these placid Pata wickets, especially in the middle overs, you need somebody who has express pace, because how do you get wickets? I understand with variations and everything. I think one of the because Sunrisers Hyderabad rarely used him with that new ball, and he was getting them wickets in the middle overs, in the death.
Correct.
So that extra bit of pace does help.
Also, if you look at the Pakistan-England series, they also attracts mostly Pata. Who are the most effective bowlers? Mahmood, Haris Rauf. Both were looking to do what? Bowl fast. That's it. Nothing beyond that.
You're saying, but this is Optus ground, not
Yeah.
Waka. Yeah, we know that.
Look.
And so matches in World Cup also happening in Optus.
Optus only, not the Waka.
That's what we're saying. There is entire talk of fast pitches, this and that, Australia. It will all be batting tracks. Good even bounce, batting tracks, boundaries in. So you will see that. Marsh hit a 6 between Hendricks and square leg.
Yes, I saw that one. I think that was pull shot.
Checking not even in the stands, and still it was 97 meters. So I think he's making a good point. The boundaries are long.
No.
Yes.
No. It comfortably cleared the boundary, but it didn't go in the stand. That's because grounds are big.
Bigger there, correct.
But the boundaries are very in.
Now the stadium where the India are playing South Africa, I saw a boundary was 48 or 54 meters.
One of them was 57 meters.
Sanchi.
So that's why here, you also will have to. There will be a fair bit of dependency on players like Virat Kohli, by the way. Who can actually find gaps, get
Turn
those
ones into
couples,
twos,
get
yeah.
those threes.
No, he's going to be very crucial anyway. Virat.
And has thankfully struck form at the right time.
Yeah. When are you going to Australia? Sanket is asking. 19th.
Go down. Akash Bhardwaj has a question.
And Karan. Both are saying the same thing.
You're saying is Shami the replacement for Bumrah, or is there any other surprise?
No, Shami only.
Should be Shami, isn't it?
Captain and coach also gave you hint.
And if it is not,
Unless he's not 100% fit, he's being assessed at the NCA. His fitness is being assessed. Otherwise, it is Mohammad Shami.
I will.
Anshu Pandey, you joined us late.
Yeah.
We gave the full gyan of what we were eating.
We
We're eating some
samosa.
nice hot samosa. And awesome samosa, by the way.
Yeah.
These are very, very good samosas.
Get them nice outside the office.
Oh,
Okay, if just in case I'm asking you, in case Shami doesn't make it, they assess his fitness and everything, he'll travel to Australia, there also he'll assess. In case he doesn't make it, who will be the second choice?
I'd go with Umran Malik,
Not Siraj.
not Siraj. Umran Malik. Because I think Siraj also doesn't offer you that. I know Manoj Kumar would want Siraj.
No, I'm just wondering if Umran was there in the picture, why didn't you give him a few games maybe?
I know.
You
I
barely
agree.
gave him many games. He played what? He bowled 9 overs.
Ireland.
I agree.
That's
I
it.
agree. I agree. I would have. I'm a bit surprised, but maybe they're not. See, again, as I said, it's just my personal choice. Maybe the Indian team doesn't think of him as a replacement. Maybe they do think of Siraj as the guy that they'll bring in.
Yes.
And they may not bring Deepak Chahar in because they may think that Deepak is replacement for Bhuvi, Harshal or whatever.
Yes.
If that happens, then he comes in. So they will look for a fast bowler, in which case Shami first choice, followed by Siraj. Maybe that is the pecking order. But I would gamble with an Umran. You need genuine pace. I don't think Siraj is also that quick.
Yeah, he's like 140 odd. That's the extent of it.
Plus, I know people will get excited with this ODIs. Now, that's what I'm saying. It's not. If you were to make Bhuvneshwar Kumar also, you were upset with him leaking runs.
Bowl him here and he'd be.
He'd be giving an economy of about 6.5, picking up 2-3 wickets also with the new ball. His figures will look very good. It's a different ball game. So, Dave is saying.
He lost that moment here.
The pitches in Australia seem to be burial grounds anyway, and 200 should be scored every time batting first or doom awaits. That is a valid point. The only other way of looking at it is that because it will be a World Cup, these are not World Cup matches. So World Cup sometimes brings pressure, where then 200 tend to become 170 because you become a bit careful.
Yes.
So, isn't it?
Love Rami, I think is a question for you. We're saying by the time that second innings finishes, will you be able to finish this plate?
Is it a challenge or because I totally could.
Who will be the backup bowlers now? Backup as in you already have 2 reserve bowlers.
No, but then one reserve you might call up and one is got a stiff back. So
hopefully you should be fine, I think. The most dangerous.
Then you are taking many
net bowlers.
Net bowlers anyone can replace, isn't it?
Plus, I mean, if Siraj isn't picked for the squad this thing, then he could very well be that reserve in place of Shami or whatever. He's there.
Possible. Who do you think will be the key batting pair for India? KL, Sky or Rohit and Virat? Interesting.
You need a good start and then you need a good finish also. So I think more importantly it will be the start. I think you will need a good start.
No, but which pair? He's picked us opener in both and a middle order in both. KL Sky or Rohit Virat? I'm going with Rohit Virat because big match temperament, 2 big established players. They need to come good if India has to win those crucial games. Rohit Virat may be more crucial. I know Sky has been the best T20 batsman that you got right now. KL also beginning to show some form. But if you're asking me key, the word key, if that is important, I'm picking Rohit Virat.
I'm picking
KL Sky.
I think I'm going with Rohit. Hopefully these wickets will suit him, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, he also likes the ball to come onto the bat, and we've seen the kind of pace and bounce. And Rohit is a good puller of the ball, by the way.
Yeah.
And you would want to surprise him with that short ball, and hopefully he'll be up to it.
Yeah. Again, a lot of questions on Siraj, like Shakeen is pointing out, that his economy today 3.8. As we said, outstanding performance today. But it is still, it's an ODI game.
But Mr. Raj says he's been consistent, yes. But again, in ODIs, in T20s, I remember like even in the IPL this year, the occasions when he was bowling on the death, and there was quite a few times he had to do it because Harshal was in and out of the bio bubble. He wasn't doing well at all. So,
yeah, exactly.
So T20s is a different ball game.
So I'm saying let's not jump the gun. Your standout performer was Shardul last game. This game not so, na. So he has been consistent. I agree, but is he a better option than Bhuvneshwar, Harshal? I'm not sure. I know they are all going for a lot of runs. I know. Again, we can only judge Siraj in a similar way if we make him play a T20 game, bowling with a harder ball, not that old ball which the color was fading. That I think you would be able to judge him better than now. So I guess. Mr. Raj, we've read your comment. And we took all of that into consideration before passing a comment also.
So India will win this game?
I think it'll be a close game. It will be I'm saying it's a 50-50 game.
So the kind of batting that India has, especially the way the openers go, get a good start and I think you should consider yourself favourites. Good start in the sense, let them bat long, take their time.
But you're playing one batsman less today. At number 6, you will have Washington Sundar come in.
Correct.
Or Shahbaz, whoever.
Yeah.
So basically 5 batsmen, and then they're all all-rounders.
All-rounders slash bowlers.
These all-rounders can win you games, but only if you take it close from there on.
And also, if this wicket is sluggish, we've seen Ishan Kishan actually on slow, sluggish wickets, he tends to struggle a bit.
Yeah, fair point.
Last match also, we saw that even in IPL also. I think in the Chennai leg or which one it was, Chennai leg. I think he was struggling. At the moment their games shifted to Bombay or Mumbai, he was pretty good with the bat. So maybe if you get a okay start, I don't know if that could be an idea to promote Shahbaz. Although there is no need, because you might need a big hitter towards the end, just in case if you need it. So
I would still give
Ishan.
South Africa a slight edge in this game. Them having put up a total, and we've now seen how the pitch was behaving, conditions were. Unless conditions become such that you got a bit of dew, and then ball comes onto the bat much better, and because you now will be bowling in the night, and with the dew, then the color also won't fade because it will not be that harsh on the ball. Unless that happens, then maybe India will find this chase slightly better, or batting slightly better than South Africa found it, or batting first. But at the moment, with 278 already on board, I may pick South Africa slight favourites, having seen the conditions. Because before the game started, we would all pick South Africa to get close to 300, and then now they haven't, and then you'd be wondering why I would still pick South Africa. I think looking at the condition, I think
Rahul Tripathi has a bit of fan following. They want Rahul Tripathi. Vikram Talreja is saying, again 2 keepers in the 11, still no Tripathi. Where would you play Tripathi?
That's what I said. It is going to be a problem. If you had gone with the same combination that you went last time in the last match, then I would have got him. That once Gaikwad has gone, he comes in and then he bats at 6.
Yes.
And you push everyone up. Could have done that, but I still feel that he will play the last game. They may rotate they may rotate a batsman.
In case India wins this game, would you want to change?
Then it may not. If India they lose, then maybe.
Akshay Khishte is saying ODIs, don't you think should be made 40 overs a side?
ODIs? I don't know. We have discussed it. A lot needs to change with ODIs. 40 overs.
The lull period in between, that middle over lull, is just such a comfortable thing. You just know at that point you can legit have a nap, wake up, and then come and do the show.
I think that's what you did, didn't you?
No.
Okay.
I remember Sachin Tendulkar actually had proposed this idea. You can have 25 overs for one team bats for the first 25 overs, then the second team bats.
Make it 20 overs, shorten it.
In England, they used to have that Pro 40.
Yeah. Well, I like that better. That will give some context and make it a bit more exciting.
Yeah.
Actually, that middle period.
It's a killer.
It actually becomes, or maybe now see, for the longest time we actually survived on ODIs. It is just that now that there is so much of T20 played these days that we've gotten used to it, that we find ODIs boring. Maybe we have, or our perception or how we look at the ODIs may have changed now.
Quite possibly, because I think I think this is true for all of us. When we were growing up watching ODIs, that was the fast format. Now you sit through a whole day of it and you're like, man, this is slow.
Shikhara.
Speaking of slow,
Shubman Gill is super fit, na? I saw a picture
with his abs.
With his abs,
my God.
All of them have abs.
Oh,
that doesn't necessarily mean you're supremely fit.
No, I'm saying
you had Dr. Seth the other day tell you that abs and all are not.
No, I get that. But I'm saying he invests a lot on his fitness and physique.
Nowadays, this is cool, na?
The six pack.
No, but cool is one thing. Just to get those abs out is another. The kind of workout that you need to do. But they are professional athletes.
They were saying, so now that Deepak Chair is going to miss the World Cup, are you guys going to put the stats of how many matches he has played and missed? And by the way, Chair didn't even play the test matches, unlike Bumrah. Dev, how do we know he's missing out, firstly?
No, we don't know that actually.
We do not know. So first, let's wait for that. And if he does, then yeah, we'll put out the stat. What's the big deal?
No, missed out is one thing, but you also have to realize that he was available also for a lot of matches where he didn't play. He was just traveling with the team, or at times he was overlooked. Fair enough, you may have had better options than him, but I think he was overlooked also a few times, like in the Asia Cup. You could have at least drafted him. I don't know.
He was there as a reserve.
What red tapeism stopped his entry into the 15-man squad, anyways.
Mr. Raj is saying even in ODIs, last 10 overs, 80, 100 runs are normal since the last 10 years. Yes, but this is a different pitch which you're playing on. That is exactly what we're saying. This is not an easy pitch, especially with the way the ball is getting roughed up. It's not easy the last 10 overs. It's not going to happen. Those runs were happening because of fielding restriction. Also because you started having 2 new balls, but the 2 new balls are also becoming so old now, as you saw when India were bowling. So all of that put together, I think, is the reason. So yeah, predictions.
I still think India will edge this somehow.
India.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I'm giving South Africa the edge.
Oh, this is Fortune.
Fortune, yeah.
Beyond Fortune. Ooh. And he's opening the
Maharaj is trying.
And they've got a left-hander to bowl to a left-hander.
And this is his debut match, no less.
Yeah. See you. Bye-bye. End of the match.